The story begins with a cold shock, a jarring moment in the unfolding Zulu royal chapter, the kind of revelation that instantly freezes public attention and forces everyone to reassess what they thought they knew about King Missuzulu's private life. Something long hidden has surfaced, and for a few seconds the only reaction possible is disbelief. From that sudden jolt, the narrative shifts into a tease made to hold the viewer's focus. We reveal that the king's first wife has stepped forward with unexpected revelations, speaking openly in a way that changes the royal conversation entirely. The audience is told that, by the end of the video, they will understand not only why she spoke, but also the single most surprising detail that gives this story its emotional weight. Before the main journey begins, the video sparks engagement by posing a simple but thought-provoking question. If you were part of a royal household, what truth would you risk everything to reveal? It is the kind of question that makes viewers pause, reflect, and comment from their own lived experience, pulling them deeper into the emotional world of the episode. The narrative then flows into its core content, 18 unfolding explorations, each one stepping further into the complexity of the king's first wife's statements. We begin by examining what drives a royal spouse to break silence, exploring why words from the inside carry so much power. The perspective then shifts to a vivid moment inside the palace on the day her interview surfaced, imagining the quiet tension that must have spread through the corridors. From there, the focus turns to one easily overlooked detail in the timing of her decision, a clue that adds unexpected meaning to her choice to speak now. The next movement explores how one of her described experiences mirrors challenges faced in everyday relationships, making the royal story feel surprisingly relatable. The outline naturally continues into an exploration of power dynamics inside a royal marriage, and how tradition shapes expectations in ways many outsiders never fully grasp. Soon after, the spotlight moves to the silent clash between cultural norms and personal truth, illuminating the emotional weight carried by the role of a first wife in a traditional royal structure. Another section looks at the long buildup behind her revelations, the emotional pressure of withholding difficult truths, and the slow escalation toward a breaking point. Her metaphor of feeling trapped inside an invisible storm comes forward next, giving the audience a more human, intimate portrayal of her experience. The story widens as we examine how the public reacted the moment her statements went live, studying how online communities amplify narratives, sometimes responsibly, sometimes not. This transitions into an exploration of how the king's position complicates everything, placing his personal and public identities in tension. The outline continues by reflecting on the emotional burden of having private pain turned into national conversation, especially when the world watches with judgment instead of empathy. We then address the issue of misinterpretation, clarifying how certain parts of her story have been exaggerated, misunderstood, or repackaged by tabloids in ways that distort their original meaning. At this midpoint, the narrative pauses briefly for a mid-video CTA, delivered through a gentle, story-linked invitation, encouraging viewers to follow the channel as we continue unpacking meaningful stories about culture, relationships, and power. With renewed momentum, the second wind section begins by widening the frame again, reminding viewers that this moment in the king's marriage also carries broader implications for the public image of the monarchy itself. An unexpected twist is then unveiled, a subtle but important insight from her statements that many initial viewers overlooked. After that, the story moves into a cultural explanation, showing how Zulu marriage customs and the role of a first wife are often misunderstood when filtered through modern social media perspectives. The narrative then turns toward resilience, examining how her decision to speak is not only a release but a reclaiming of self. The next section looks ahead, considering where this story might go next and how it may shape future statements or decisions within the royal household. Finally, the 18th segment reflects on how personal truth has the power to reshape a legacy, ending the body of the script with a moment of calm clarity. The outline concludes with a wrap-up designed to guide viewers smoothly toward the end screen. The final lines highlight the central themes: truth, identity, emotional courage, and tease the next story worth exploring. It ends with the required closing reminder: not professional advice. Consult a qualified expert as needed.